The Agile Toolkit. Hi, I'm your host, Bob Payne, and I'm here at Agile Coaches Camp 2014 with Tim, the Agile Otter, Ottinger. Is it Ottinger or?
Ottinger.
Ottinger, okay. Yeah. I've always seen it spelled and never pronounced. So how's camp? How's your camp day going?
Camp is really good. So I've come with a couple ideas in mind, and I was hoping partly to vet my ideas and others, also to pick up more perspectives. And it's been absolutely excellent for that. Esther Derby's here, George Dinwiddie, Don Gray, Diana Larson, and all of these people have had things to teach me that have increased my understanding, even in the two basic realms that I'm working in. So
great. Yeah, I've learned a lot from all of those folks as well. I try not to give George credit, but I have learned a lot from him.
His conjoint coaching session was really good. Conjoint coaching is, I think, probably a major next step for us. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So what are your topics on today? I know you're presenting a couple.
Right. Yeah. My two biggest ideas right now that I work on. One is I'm with Industrial Logic, so the Onzinarian approach, safety in software development. How do we identify risks and hazards and defend against them? Which goes all the way from social risks to technical risks. And this is a good place. It helps me to focus and rephrase some of the things I've been teaching. The other big idea, and I'm doing this one at 1, is about thinking for a living.
Okay.
So the idea that we all work entirely in intellectual goods,
We do.
but almost the entire world is prepared for, and stickies, 3M stickies and intellectual goods.
Right.
But the rest of the world is still set up on the idea of work as motion and on busyness as productivity. And all the things I'm reading are teaching me that these are not true for people who work in intellectual goods. So my biggest idea is about transforming the world of programming to be a world that supports and develops the thinking of people instead of consuming the works of their hands. So these are my two biggest topics, and they're the same topic, really. And this has been a great conference for deepening and expanding the idea.
Good. So what are some of, or are you just holding the session and going to see what comes out of it? Do you have some initial thoughts going into the thinking session? So
for the thinking session, I have already some ideas that I can bring out, but I'm mostly wanting to get more information from people how they support the idea of people coming up with more clear thoughts and more clear focus, how they manage the 2 o'clock slump. How they deal with, when you become frustrated or excited, it tends to shut down your access to your memories and your ability to conceptualize and speak clearly. So I'm wondering what techniques other people are using to manage their cognitive states and to make it possible to have clear thoughts. So mostly I'm going to be asking on that one. The noon session on Zen is more, I'm just giving people the update on our 2-year experiment.
Okay. What is the experiment, and what's the 90-second update, if there is one? So it might be a little too much for that. But.
Well, it's always easier to make it longer. But about 2 years ago, Josh stepped into the idea that we need to make it safer for our customers, for our developers, for our managers, for the people who purchase our services. So we have had about a 2-year journey of trying to figure out how to mitigate risks, how to provide greater safety for all the people doing the work. And this goes to, from avoiding bugs to continuous integration to learning to debug our relationships.
So certainly all of the sort of technical practices I'm familiar with, but what do you do for refactoring and debugging relationships?
Well, it's the biggest part of that is to become aware of your state in your conversation. You can actually set a breakpoint. You can intend, when you feel a certain way, to stop and investigate in the moment, the same way you would stop and investigate a program that's running at a breakpoint. Okay. You kind of have to have agreement of other people to do this. Most people, while you're upset, hey, wait, can we stop and explore the situation? No. I want you to straighten up. So, with the agreements in place, then you can actually decide, when we feel this frustration, when we feel like it's not safe to say something, when our speech is guarded, we're going to stop. And we actually have stop work authority cards that we can hold up. Oh, this is a stop.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this where we are right now. And then we can actually figure out what's going on. Some interesting and startling relationship kind of revelations that have come out of that.
How has that, I can imagine it working within industrial logic. I'm wondering how that works with your clients.
Well, so far, an awful lot of the work happens inside industrial logic or inside our families.
I gotcha. Okay.
And that's helping tremendously. But a lot of it is preparing for our clients. So we know that they don't have the agreements going in, but how can we make sure we're going to give them proper coverage? How we're going to make sure that, So some of the things are we make sure that we have a connection to the team's boss and their grand boss.
Right. I saw the term grand boss there.
Yeah. So if you have those connections, then you can help guide the directions. When you find out the team's improvement goes against the company's grain, you can start to adjust the company to support the team again. That's a safety feature also. And also, getting people to move the QA function to the beginning of the process instead of the end is a pure safety item.
I just imagined myself as a deployed airbag. Which of course is true.
That's true.
Now I can't not see that anymore.
Yeah, you can never unsee anything. It's like the internet. Exactly. And I think that's fair. People bring you in because they need to have a certain safety in making change, and they don't want to stumble. And so as more that you're aware of your safety function, the more you can carry that out. That's very nice. Good. I like that. I am now a deployed windbag.
Yeah, it's really more of a windbag than any other. Well, great. I'm glad to finally sit down and chat. And I hope your sessions go well. I'm probably not making it out there today because I'm going to try to get as many recordings as I can. But
well, we'll probably be blogging everything that we learned anyway. So
good.
Get a chance to learn. Thanks so much for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you.